Hello everyone, my name is SiC and welcome back to episode 5, I think, to my Factorio playthrough. It's been a little while since I played Factorio, but it's time to really get back into it because I've been playing this with a friend again and it's been really fun, and I wanted to continue with my factory on here as well. So in the last episode I said I was going to build some defenses, and I've brought up some walls and turrets to the north. I cut off this part right here where we have an enemy base, and let's see, when I zoom in you can see I have a nice double set of nice double set of walls. Yeah, that's it. We have turrets with lights, and we have also got ammo coming in, which is being made. Let's see, let's zoom out again, in this little base over here. So we had some iron ore, we have turrets over here as well. This iron ore is being utilized straight away to make some basic ammo, which is then brought over to all the turrets, and that should keep us safe for a little while. We have plenty of forest shielding us from most of the enemy bases, so my primary concern should probably be towards the south from now on, because this is a double line of forest. This is going to be fine. We have a single line of forest over here, which the pollution is not penetrating yet. We seem to be safe from this base for now as well. Though that is a huge base. That is going to be problematic once the pollution reaches them. But right now this should be our only threat, so we should be safe for a little while longer. Alright, so we forgot about research again. We need to start researching something new, and I think I will start with making military science packs. For that we are going to need, we're going to have to research this first, but then we're going to need military science packs made out of piercing rounds magazines, one grenade, and gun turrets. And gun turrets is something we had already automated, so that's going to be very quick. And then yeah, we're going to have to think of something over here. So we needed the gun turrets, which we have over here. We can place down some inserters already because we're going to need them on a belt with one of these arms in the middle, I guess. That's it for military 2. That gave us access to gates as well, which is something that we should probably be making. So let's go ahead and start that up as well. Now what else did we need? We needed a grenade, and we needed piercing rounds magazine. Now for grenades, let's see, we need some iron and we need some coal, which is not a huge ask. Right, we can get some coal from over here, we can get iron from over here. If we split it, we should be able to get away with that because the belt is quite saturated. So actually we should put it up here. Right. We can continue this, then we will go over this way, that way. Underground belt over here. And then we really should get some electrical mining drills. Maybe 2 of them will be fine. I'm not sure. Otherwise let's go ahead with 4, I guess. And we are going to set them up over here, I think. That should be okay. Alright. That is all of the electrical mining drills finished. So let's put down a few over here. I guess I can stack them up like so. That's going to be fine. We're going to have one pole over here, one over there. Let's see. Alright, so we can make grenades over here, I suppose. It should be fine. It's going to be a little bit awkward in terms of how it's going to relate to these 2 buildings, and that is already different compared to these ones, but yeah, we're going to have to make do with that, I think. Let's go down like so. Alright. And then of course we are going to need assembly machines. I already have a few. So let's place one down over here, and I don't know, I think 2 is going to be more than enough. We can make some iron chests because we are going to need to put them into chests for a little while as well. We're going to limit those to a stack of 1 maximum. And then we are going to get inserters and long-handed inserters as well to grab the stuff off of the second belt there. And of course we are going to have to put in a few more electrical poles. I guess I want a light here as well, and then we need to tell these guys what to make, and these guys are going to be making grenades. Alright, so now that is being made and turrets are being made. We need one more thing, which is piercing rounds magazines, and for that we are going to need steel, and we're going to need copper and firearm magazines. Now right now we are not making any steel, I don't think, so that is going to be our next priority here. Also, we should not forget to have inserters. And these guys, they can share a belt, so we can have a belt over here coming in like this. And these guys like so. And let's see, we were making that kind of science over here. I guess we could use some science over here as well, or maybe down here would be fine. So if we bring over that stuff in this direction, we can make some science packs over there. Let's see, bring it down from over here, I guess. Of course, science is now finished already. Right, I'm going to leave it like that because I don't know how else I'm going to build it up yet, but we'll see. Let's see, logistics 2 could be really nice to have. Oil processing is something we are not going to need quite yet. Let's go ahead and take logistics 2. Now then, we are going to need to make some alright, also maybe let's hook this up before I forget. Might as well, right? We are going to need steel, and steel is going to have to be made over here. And I think we're going to make some basic ammo as well, just for the research. Maybe we should start with that, actually. So what we can do is we can turn this off to the side. Then we can have this one extend one further and into this area. And then we can get an underground belt, like so. And we're going to need another underground belt right there. Now, I think, right now, that 2 assembly machines should be fine. I don't think we are going to need any more than that. So, this is going to go up, like so. And we are going to have some inserters, grab them off belts. We're going to hook them up like so. We're going to have some transport belts. And then these magazines can be put onto a belt right here for now. Alright, let's tell them to make firearms magazines. And then we are going to focus a little bit on steel. For that, I'm going to need more stone furnaces. So let's go ahead and pick up some stone from right here. Not too much, I think that is going to be fine. Let's craft some stone furnaces by hand. Now let's see. This stuff is not being used right now. It is being put onto this belt and it's saturating that, but it's basically at a standstill. So I think we can use some of this to start making some steel. And I will make steel, I think, right here. For now. I think that is going to be, yeah, that's going to be fine. So, stone furnaces. Let's have a look. Maybe give us a little bit of space in the middle so that we have some place to extend to in the future. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. And then we're going to continue on the same height up here. And looks like we have some really annoying water. Oh, and by the way, I started playing on another difficulty, which is, or not difficulty, actually that's not what I mean. What I mean is I started playing on a new version of Factorio. We are currently playing 0.16, which is a really cool update. It added quite a few new things, like artillery trains and turrets, which is really cool. Alright, let's see. So we can have steel being put out over here. We are going to need coal coming up as well. And for that we are going to have to put in another splitter right there. But coal is entirely saturated, so this should be fine. And this just about manages the proper length as well. Now then, let's bring this stuff over to the left. And I'm going to have to think of another solution, because we will have steel output over here. I'm going to require quite a lot of iron plates for steel. I think it's going to take 5 iron plates for 1 steel, which means that I don't want to have a belt looking like that, basically. So what we need to do is we need to have 2 separate belts up here and 2 separate belts down here. Which means that we are going to need another splitter up here, and we are going to need a splitter up here. Let's see. Right, so we are going to have a belt of iron right there. And we're going to have a belt of iron right there. And I guess this is going to have to be a little bit different with the splitter, otherwise it's not going to work out. Right, so we can have one belt extending like this. Ah man, this is just in the way, isn't it? Do we have landfill? I think we researched landfill. Yes, we did. Alright, so we're going to definitely be making use of landfill here, because this is in my way, and it's so small as well. Right. That should be okay. Alright, so we're going to have one belt over here. This belt is going to go right there. Now then, we need another underground belt right there. And of course, right here. This can extend like so. And we're going to drag this out over there. Alright, I'm going to finish up my basic setup, because after this it's not really interesting anymore. It's just the same setup I've got over here. So I'll be right back. Alright, so this is all done. I did have a little bit of a change with the electrical poles. I now built some medium electrical poles, for which we needed some steel already and some copper plates. So I had some of these guys smelting some steel for me already, but it should work out quite nicely. Alright. Let's hope the production of iron can keep up, and if it cannot, then we are going to have to extend our smeltery, but I think that is going to be very necessary pretty soon. Alright, so we're going to need steel down here somewhere. I think I already see how we're going to route it. We're going to route it just by here, I think. Let's see. We're going to have an underground belt here, an underground belt there, and then we're going to go for an underground belt right here, and that should do just fine. Right, so all we need to do now is hook this system up and hope it's going to be enough. But if it's not, well, I can extend this up, I can extend this up as well, I can extend all the copper bits, so I think we're going to be entirely fine here. Now all of these lines should be following each other as closely as possible to save on room. And I ran out of transport belts. Luckily though, we were making some automatically. So now that I've got some more, let's continue running this down. Actually, no. Down like so. Now this is 4 wide, which is exactly the amount of distance these things can cover, which is working out really well for us right now. I think what I'm going to do is run this along here instead of down here, because that is going to be a little bit awkward. Now we also needed for, let's see, piercing round magazines, we needed steel plates and 5 copper plates. So I think firearm magazines and steel plates should be on one belt, and then copper plates should be on another one. Where are we going to make this? We were going to make this over here. Right. Alright, so maybe we should have a slightly different plan here. Let's bring this up. Like so. we can have the steel hook up to it like this. And that works out quite nicely too. Wow. Alright. Actually, no, that's not what we needed. Yeah, we needed it over here. So maybe... Right, now we needed copper over here. That's right. So we can make some advanced magazines, I guess. Yeah, can make them right over there. We have more than enough copper over here as well. So we can put in a splitter up here, bring it down like this as well. Or maybe bring it down just over here, I guess. So let's put in a splitter. Let's bring over some ore in this direction. Have an underground belt. I wonder how this space is going to work out, but I think it's going to be fine because we are going to build robotics later on as well, and they're going to help out with transporting stuff through the factory. And for that we are going to need roboports, which need to be spaced evenly throughout the factory. So a little bit of excess space like that is actually probably going to be perfectly fine. Alright, so we needed piercing round magazines. We are going to need assembly machine 2. Maybe 2 of them, I'm not entirely sure. Might be in need of more, but I don't know quite yet. Right, so we are making grenades, we are making the turrets. So all we really need is the piercing rounds magazines, and they can be on a belt of their own. Alright, so now that we have those set up, let's put down 2 of these. Let's tell them to make this stuff. We are going to take 2 fast inserters. We're going to take 2 long-handed inserters. And then some regular inserters will do just fine, I think. It seems we ran out. So I should definitely pick up some more. Because crafting those things by hand is just entirely tedious. We don't want to do that, so... Right. We can have those over here. We can have that extend up to here. And now, let's see, we can go over here and we can have some underground belts, I guess, and bring that stuff down here. Maybe that's a little bit wasteful of the belts we are using, but I think this is going to be quite nice in the end. It saves us on a little bit of space, after all. So, probably I'm going to run into some problems I have not foreseen quite yet. Well, that's a problem for a different day. Alright, so now we have all the stuff we need to make military science packs. Of course, we do still need to hook up this stuff over here, so... Let's put in a few lights as well. We could use a light over here as well. Alright, so making this stuff is kind of slow, but we are only going to need 1 for this science pack. 1 of each. So let's see, we need some more assembly machines. We should probably make assembly machines too automatically as well, but for now this is going to be fine. And then later on, you know, once we have enough science packs, we can route it along this one. So yeah, I think we're going to craft these science packs right here, and then we're going to route them up and go past in this direction, I suppose. And I think 4 is going to work out quite nicely. Oh, 1 space. There we go. We are going to need 4 long-handed inserters. And for this, only regular inserters will do, because we only need 1 of each, so that's quick enough. Let's see, we can have 1 of those in the middle. It's not what I usually do, so this is already bugging me a little bit. Alright, so we're going to need 1 down here, and actually we are going to need that pole up there as well. So it's not pretty, but it works. So let's see, we can have 1 light over here, 1 light there, 1 light there, because I'm a huge fan of seeing things in the dark. Alright. Now then, we can have this stuff go over in this direction. Let's tell this to start making some military science packs. And oh, I forgot all about other research. That's terrible. Alright, engines I think is going to be perfectly fine for now, because that leads to cars and leads to trains and a whole bunch of other stuff as well, as you can see. So yeah, that's a priority right there. Alright, now that we are making this stuff, let's bring it up as far as we can. And I suppose right here it doesn't really matter, we can bring it up like so. And then we are going to extend this downwards. And I mean, this is so much science packs already. This is kind of crazy. It's going to be a little bit of a waste of resources at the beginning, but as soon as it starts being used less, this shouldn't be a problem anymore. Alright. So now then, we are going to need extra inserters for every science station, or laboratory actually. And we are going to need some long-handed inserters as well. Let's see, we need 7. I was making 6, I think. Yeah. Alright. So these guys can now grab off of both belts. There we go. And it looks like we are not producing enough electricity, so that is something that we are going to have to fix next. Let's see, let's add 2 boilers. 4 steam engines. We are going to need 2 pipes, because we are going to have to make a pipe connection right there, otherwise there won't be anything that fits in the middle of these. Let's see. Alright, so we will have those things right there. Engine is finished. This goes by quite quickly now, which is great. We can research the railway, which doesn't get us all the way where we need to be, but it's a good start. Alright, and now then we have the 2 pipes, so they can have a water connection, and we need 2 burner inserters, which don't require electricity, which is great, because then that also means that, well, as long as there is coal on the belt, they will start feeding the electrical system, though we can still get to a standstill, I guess. Let's see. We are almost at maximum capacity already, so maybe we should keep extending this for a little while. Let's see, that is 4 boilers, which means 8 steam engines. I'll set it up and I'll be right back. Alright, so I set up a little bit more of power production. As you can see, we are now providing, well, we are at about the halfway mark, so we could basically double the stuff that we have built so far, is what I'm trying to say. Right, so we finished researching the railway. We can finish researching automated rail transportation, which is really useful. Otherwise, yeah, you'll have to drive all the trains by yourself. So train stops, definitely very, very important to have. All right, so military science packs are coming in as well. And yeah, things are looking pretty good so far. This is about all the research that we can make right now. We have some basic defenses, though we have doubled our output of pollution over here, so maybe we should start making some defenses close to where the radars are. I think that's actually a pretty good idea, but that's going to be something I do later on. Alright, so what else is there to do right now? Well, we could automate some other things as well. We could start automating some medium electrical poles, which might be quite convenient. We can have some big electrical poles as well, and we have the materials required for it as well. So actually we should probably go ahead and do that right now, though we are going to require more iron. And I already noticed as well that we are not producing enough iron right now. As you can see, this belt is not nearly saturated. These ones are looking okay, but yeah, as you can see, we are definitely going to need more output of iron plates. So we are going to have to double this production over here as well, which is not something I'm going to do on camera because that takes up way too much time. But for now, let's first worry about assembling this stuff right here. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is going to have, how are we going to do this exactly? We can have one over here, we can have one over here. It's not going to be pretty, but we can have one over here as well. Now what I'm thinking is we can have provider chests later on so the robots can access them and I don't have to look into this location anymore. What we can do is we can have these guys. Oh, that's the wrong one. We need to have some outputs right here. Two of these will be making medium poles. One of these will be making big poles automatically. Let's make 4 chests right here. Alright. Another tutorial has been unlocked. This is something that is new as well. Alright, we are also going to need some long-handed inserters, which I think I automated as well, but I'm not entirely sure. Alright, so you are going to be making medium poles, and you guys are going to be making big poles. And of course this stuff should be limited to a single slot in the chest, because otherwise it is going to take up way too many resources. But later on, like I said, once we have robotics, we can have these guys bring that stuff over to me automatically when I need it, which is going to be great. Alright, so let's see. We're going to need one over here and we're going to need one over there. We are going to need some lights. Yeah, let's have another light over there. Let's see what else is there to research. We could have rail signals, but right now that's not going to be the most important thing. We could have grenade damage or bullet damage free or gun turret damage. And I think gun turret damage is going to be quite nice. Because, well, we have the potions or science packs already, so we might as well start making use of them. And whatever helps with the defense is going to be very important. Because these guys haven't actually attacked us in a little while yet, which is great stuff. But it's going to be a matter of time before they do. Alright. So I think that's going to be the end of this episode. We've been playing for some time already. In my spare time I will continue expanding my smelteries of iron ore, because like I said, we don't have enough. And I probably also want to make some fast splitters here. Yeah, I think actually that's going to be the last official act in this video, is we're going to put in some fast splitters so that these guys, once we increase production again, at least can put them onto separate belts fast enough. Right, that's it. So please leave a like and a comment below if you enjoyed this content and wish to see more, and I'll see you guys for whatever video I do next.